Imagine that. Hello, everybody. And you're probably wondering who is this talking head over to your right, left, wherever. We are Deb and Hillary, the talking head today. And we are so happy to bring to you how to write 10 blogs in 10 days because you probably remembered a video series that we did just a couple of weeks ago, helping you get ready for Christmas. All
Yeah.
right. And one of those was we actually recommended to you to go and write 10 blog posts, but we didn't actually tell you how to do it. So that's what we're dealing with this week, how to write 10 blog posts in 10 days. And you gotta start by understanding, Deb, and if you would help fill me in here because I'm also trying to scramble and look for my notes.
Well, everybody, we know how beautiful Hillary is, and I'm missing her face as much as you guys are. But obviously, we have a message that somebody out there needs to hear because technology has not been friendly with Hillary. So we're just going to carry on. So, what we're going to do is, what do you think? Like 10 questions that somebody may ask you. Oh my goodness. No, don't freeze. Don't freeze. We're going to give you 7 tips on how to take care of that. And the first one is who's your audience? I struggled with that for the longest time. And I've also grown and kind of sort of what I thought when I first started online, my audience changed. Why? Because I changed, because I was trying to figure out who I
Mhm.
was. And as I was doing that, my audience was going to be changing also because it's like Hillary, she is a mom. She talks to moms. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, but I am to the point I'm a grandma. And so, therefore, yes, I've struggled with everything that moms struggle with,
Struggle with, yes.
but I'm past that point. And so that's what I'm saying. I evolved, and so will has my audience, and that's what will happen with you as you grow
Mhm.
and formulate who you are, who you want
Mhm.
to be online,
Yeah.
and it'll be okay. So,
Mhm.
first
And then,
first
mhm,
question is, who is
yeah,
your audience? Go ahead.
who's your audience? Yeah, who's your audience? And that is something that sometimes, when we think about blog content, right? The content, what we're saying is it's 10 questions. What are 10 questions that a mom or a grandmom in business would ask you? Because you're an expert at that. What are those 10 questions that they would possibly ask you? And if you look at yourself, what are 10 questions that you wanted to find out? I know
Mhm.
for me, and I know for many moms, right? One of the biggest questions that they ask is, how do you manage your time? Because we know that family takes time. We know that being a committed mom, committed grandmother, it takes time. But then you also have a business, which takes time. All right.
Yeah.
And maybe writing blog posts take time. So somebody's going to ask that question and you're just going to answer it. Okay. And the funny thing about it is that the easiest way to answer somebody's question is to talk to them and just answer it. Right. And
Mhm.
the strat I don't want to call it a strategy, but this tool, this method, these processes that we're going to lay out for you, they're really about how to get those 10 blog posts up. But you start with who's your audience, what are the questions that they have, and just pick 10 of those questions. And those 10 questions are going to evolve into your blog posts, right?
Right.
The Once you know what the 10 questions are, you're halfway through, right? Because
Yep.
the 10
Yep.
questions you probably already have the answers to. And that's when we go into step 3, right? And step
Yes.
3 is just answering the question. And it could be in a video like format that we're doing now, not the talking head, but my face. Uh, mhm. All right. But you doing you're doing the answering of the question, all right? Because and it's interesting because we have this format right here. We've asked a question: how to write 10 blog posts in 10 days. That's
Mhm.
one question, and we're answering it for you in this video format. Now, guess what? You're going to take that answer, whether it's in video format or audio format. Some people like audio with podcasts or Clubhouse or whatever. What are you going to do with that audio now?
Yeah.
Adeb?
Yeah.
We're going to
First of all,
transcribe it.
yeah, right, right. And Hillary, blah, 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 Hillary turned me on to an awesome tool that, yes, we're, as you do your, I'm assuming audio, but definitely video, it transcribes. And therefore, then you can look at that and you can write your blog from that because you've got it right there what you have said and what has gone on in that audio or video. So yeah, I found that awesome. I've already written one blog because of our marketing, Christmas or holiday marketing that we did a couple weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah.
And Hillary's going to send me another one that we did, hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like, okay, this is not as difficult as it sounds. So just, chill out and it's easy. You're only going to do your audio or your video maybe 10 minutes and answer the questions. So it'll
Yes.
go quickly.
Exactly. So imagine if maybe you weren't doing it live like how we're doing it, but you had your 10 questions, okay? And this is how easy it can be done. You have 10 questions and you just turn on your camera on your computer, turn on the tool that we were referring to, and you just talk for 5 minutes answering the question. Now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you may want to plan it out, get some bullets so that it has some structure around it. But definitely, you want to just speak for 5 to 10 minutes, okay? 5 to 10 minutes, and then, and the shorter the better because sometimes when you're talking to yourself, 5 minutes is a very long time. Trust me. When I first started doing videos, a few years ago, it's like I could barely get my lives to go beyond 5 minutes because I'm talking to myself,
Yeah.
right? So one of the things that's really good is that you turn on your camera, or if you have an audio recording software on your computer, just turn it on, start answering the question, 5 minutes, and then switch it off. Then you go to question two, and then you answer question two, turn on your video, turn on the audio, answer question two. Question three, four, five, six, seven. Now, five tens are 50. You're done in less than an hour. That's including bathroom breaks if you're in the military, okay?
Or if you're doing a challenge like I am,
Or if
75
you do,
hard.
exactly. Right? So you see 50 minutes is all you need to answer those 10 questions. And then you've got 10 audios that have been transcribed right there and then. Okay. Then, now we know transcriptions are not always the best. They don't pick up our words, they don't pick up sometimes the conversation that's happening. There's always the ums and the ahs that the transcriptions pick up. We try to speak properly when we're on these things, but we're natural, we're humans, right? We're going
Exactly.
to have ums and ahs. But what you got to do now is maybe in another day, spend some time editing them. Now, this is where the work comes in. You may not be able to edit all 10 in one go. Maybe if you have time and you're not a mom of three children below the age of 10, you may be able to get one done a day, right?
Right.
In terms of the editing, you may be able to get two done, all right? And you want to edit those so that it is in the form of a blog post. And I always go back to, basic English. Every story has a beginning, middle, and an end, okay? Your
Uh-oh.
blog posts Your blog posts will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you want to edit the
Mm-hmm.
transcription so that it flows like kind of like a story. All right. So That's step 5. I think we covered like 4, 3, 4, and 5 in one go there.
Exactly, exactly. Number 6, oh, this is the fun part, is finding the amazing images that you're going to use in your blog post. I just did a post talking about a GPS, and we know what a
Mm,
GPS for traveling, but this is for your business. What does GPS
right.
stand for? You'll have to check me out. I'm on LinkedIn and I am on Facebook as to how I answered that. But I went looking for a GPS, and I just it's so much fun because you find it. Oh, I like this. Oh, let me scroll some more. So finding amazing images also will draw people in. It's like, wow, this is kind of cool as they are reading your blog. And
Mhm.
then you've got these images that just, like I say, just kind of keep them not so much entertained, but drawn in to your blog. So they'll finish it.
Right. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And you want to get images that, they're shareable. Get images that you could share, images that that you would like other people
Right.
to to share. Let's put it
Yep.
that way.
Yep.
Right. And
And
then step 5, of course, so this is the big, not step 5, sorry, step 7. So once you've got your images and you know where you're going to place them in your blog post, the big part is now going over to your website and uploading your blog posts that you transcribed and edited, getting it into your website. All right. So you got to have that website. We keep harping on this thing about
mhm.
get your website, because you need to get your website.
And
Um,
just
but
remember, one reason why we say that is because you will own that and no one can take it away. Where if Facebook, if they decide, we're just going to go away, or they just don't allow your posts or whatever you're putting on there, the content that you're putting on there, they say, that's enough. 3 minutes, that's enough, and away you go. So, website,
yeah,
Hillary and I will both always encourage you, if you don't have a website, get your own website.
definitely.
So, what are you going to do
Yes,
with that
get your own
website
website.
and that
It's
blog?
vital. It's
Yeah.
exactly. And then after that, that's when you syndicate, you publish, you do all the nice fancy things, all right, that you should be doing with your website. So if you don't have one, we know where you can get one built. All right. And
Right.
not get one built, where you could learn how to build one yourself and
Hmm.
then learn how to take these blog posts and syndicate them all over. All right. So if you want to know more about that, we're going to be dropping the link in the description of the video and also in this blog post, because yes, this video is going to be converted into a blog post, believe it or not. So
Yes.
we don't just tell you what to do, we actually do it. It's like every blog post, especially this year, that we've probably written has come from video content, and it's used the same process that we laid out for you today. All right, answering questions that our audience wants to hear. All right. First of all, knowing who our audience is, answering the questions that they want to hear, and then going through the process of answering them either on audio or video,
Hmm.
transcribing the blog post, editing the transcription so that it sounds more like English than a bot who just transcribed our words, um, getting the images for our blog post and putting it up on our blog, right? And it sounds really simple, but it does take time. But honestly, if you were to block out an hour a day just to focus on this task, this activity, you will have 10 blog posts done in 10
And
days.
you said the magic words, block off your time.
Yep.
Even if it's just an hour that you can do it, block you. If once you block it off, put it on your calendar, then you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do in this hour's time. So yeah, time blocking, I learned that and I love it. It helps me work my way through my day. And I don't have little kids running around, granted, but at the same point, even moms have to block off time
Time.
on
Yeah.
whatever they're doing, even with their children.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. All right. So sorry I wasn't able to be here visually, but definitely I hope you got tons of value from today's show, and we will see you next week. If not, you're going to definitely see us at least twice a month, because so far it seems as if we've had this pattern of every other week for
Oh, I'm
some
telling
reason.
you, yeah. Well, I'm not looking to travel.
Next
Last
week.
week I
Okay.
was headed to a conference
Yeah.
or a convention. I call it a conference, they called it a convention. Same thing. And so
Yeah.
that's what, Hillary and I talked about it, and I was trying to, because I was going to be driving, traveling, and we had talked about it, and I thought, well, I can pull over and do it on my phone, but I didn't. We weren't sure how that was going to turn out, so I do apologize for that. But I did
That's all
learn a
right.
lot at the convention. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. We are here. We are being as consistent as life will allow us to be.
Hours to be exactly. Yes. All right. So everyone have a great day, and we will talk to you when we talk to you. And look at that. Look, I just want to share something really quickly before we jump off. If it will, if it will load. Let me see if it's gonna.
Oh,
Come on, there we are.
yay! All
Good.
right. So we get to
So
see you
even if it
before
was
we
la
end.
at the end, yes. All right, everyone. So talk to you soon. Bye, all.
Bye.